Hello, everyone. Welcome to Arc Talkies, the Anjana Kumar Show, and I'm your host, Anjana. We are just coming off International Father's Day, and today the episode is dedicated to one loving father. In fact, he was more a persona, a larger than life persona who touched everyone's lives in a very positive way. I'm talking about Sardar Gurvinder Singh, very popularly known as Puppy Singh. And sadly, but coincidentally, it is also 1 year since he passed. And sitting in this episode with us is his son, Parvinder Singh Arneja, fondly called Rimpy, and we are going to give a special ode to this lovely, lovely gentleman who changed everybody's lives. But before I hand over the mic to Rimpy, I have to share my own special anecdote when I had the pleasure actually of meeting Puppy Singh Ji, who we all called him, that way. I remember going 3 years ago to the place where he was working, and I had gone with my colleague, and he was so true to himself and such a hospitable person. Needless to say, he fed us so much with love and the great amazing food. Reminiscing all that in this episode, I'm sitting here again with Rimpy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
And
you for
now
having me.
hand over the mic to you. So, what can I say? I mean, he has left a big legacy behind.
Yes, definitely. He has. He has.
Yeah. So how does it feel? It's been 1 year since he passed, and obviously the memories are still fresh of the kind of change that he made and the lives that he touched.
Um, Honestly, still feels like it's yesterday that he passed away. Because we always say the pain never goes. So it's very difficult to still accept the fact that he's no longer there. But that's how life is. It's very difficult to even live in someone's good memories,
Yeah.
sometimes because he was such a jovial, smiling, personality that used to be always happy. So when you get into those good memories, also it makes you cry. So yeah, it's a very difficult time right now
Right.
that the entire family is facing. Still, yeah. So
Yeah. So I remember when I met him, he shared so many stories about, back in the 70s when he came here. Just for the record, for all our listeners, Papi Singh Ji came here in the 60s, the late 60s. Actually worked day in and day out.
yes,
Like
correct.
he was such a hardworking person, and he brought so much of life and enthusiasm. And actually, when it came to a sense of marketing, I think he had it natural with him
Yes.
because he sort of attracted people to the restaurant where he worked by bringing cricket, by bringing Bollywood and all of these elements in. And that's how I think he made such a huge mark.
Yes. So he had like you very rightly mentioned, he had a very unique way of marketing himself, the business. Um like inviting all the Bollywood celebrities, and even till today, a lot of old timers in Dubai remember him by the pictures that we used to put outside the restaurant. I mean, you name the stars, and he's probably met all the stars, all the Indian Bollywood stars. He
Yeah.
used to invite them for dinner or lunch to the restaurant, and they used to all come. I mean, they used to all look forward to coming to Dubai, and and it came to a point that everyone knew, okay, if we have to go to Dubai, we have to go to the restaurant, meet this gentleman.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so this way, a lot of people used to, there used to be like crowds of hundreds outside the restaurant. Um, just waiting to find out who's the new Bollywood star in town. And he once invited the entire cricket team as well, Indian cricket team, for dinner to his restaurant. So at during those days, television was television broadcast
Yeah.
for cricket was extremely difficult to find in all households. Right, it was very expensive that time. So he made sure he took the subscription of the cricket, So that, and again, like I said, a very unique way of marketing. He put the TV outside the restaurant. So,
Right.
so people used to come outside the restaurant, gather and watch the match. And if it was an India-Pakistan match, and if India won the match, right, he used to make freshly made jalebis. He knew India is going to win the match, so 2 hours back, he'll prepare maybe 1,000, 2,000 jalebis, and just keep it outside. And then he used to distribute that. That same thing he used to do, while going to the stadium. He used to distribute sweets there as well. He was a big cricket fan, big cricket fan. I'm me as well.
Yes.
I'm a big cricket fan as well. So so the food was always good. The food that we were serving was always good. It was just about getting out there.
Yeah.
So and no one tried these tactics,
Yeah.
and this is not something I would even call a tactic. It's something that he used to do from his heart. He used to love it. He was a people's person. He used to love talking to people, and and making sure everyone's happy. So
And just to add, also, I have to say that I believe Papi Singh ji was very fair when it came to the game of cricket.
yes.
So even if Pakistan won, he would still serve
He would
sweets.
still serve the sweets, yes, because the
Just to add
Pakistanis
that.
would come outside the restaurant and they would ask him, "Papi ji kithe sadi mithai kithe hai hai?" Everyone used to come there and he used to still
Yeah.
say, "Yaar, paji koi gal nahi kha lo."
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He has obviously left that huge legacy, and I want to know about your childhood. For example, what were your first memories of your dad? And today you are a restaurant owner yourself. Obviously, you've taken a lot from your father. So if
Yes.
you want to share that.
Um, um, see, growing up, one thing, I've always seen my father very busy at work. So, um, I initially, in the younger days, he used to work 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day. He used to start work at 10 o'clock in the morning. He used to potentially come at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning back home. And he continued to do that for a number of years. So for us to even meet him, it used to be difficult. So I've seen all the hardships that he has actually gone through. And even when he was at home, I'm telling you something, if there were 365 days in a year, he never took an off. He was always there at work. So
Amazing.
obviously, there was a lot of like mom, myself, my sister, we used to crave to spend time with him. And even when he was at home, the phones kept just kept ringing. Uh, mm,
So, what are some things that you've taken from him? Like, what are some of the biggest
uh,
takeaways that you have?
I think honesty. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, honesty is something that we all could see.
Uh,
Like he was,
and he
yeah,
was a very giving person. So, like, you could just walk in
yeah.
and
Oh, yeah. Please grab some water and. No, I know it's not easy at all losing a loved one. And especially a person like him is truly very hard to forget.
anyone who's been in Dubai, who knows him, he would always say, he was such a smiling personality. Like,
Yeah.
if there were many a times when he had to shut the restaurant
Yeah.
at 1 o'clock, and someone would just pop in, say, khana kuch mil jayega hame, and he used to open the shutter again.
Wow.
While leaving out, he used to call the chefs again. But don't leave this customer, hungry. Let's just feed him.
Oh my.
So that has happened, with him as well. Like I said, he was a people's person.
Yes.
He believed a lot in giving. He did
Yes.
a lot of charity without anyone knowing about it. Like he used to help, people when there used to be people coming in Dubai on visit visas and they didn't
Yeah.
have any job. So he
Yeah.
used to make sure that he used to lend them some money, give them some money.
Yes, obviously he touched people's lives, made them, made their lives much, much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and the great part is, when he passed away, so he lent money to the staff as well, the staff of the restaurant, and they actually returned his money back.
Oh my My God.
They said this is something that we have taken from him, and everyone put that money in an envelope and said that yeah, we have to give this back to you. So that's the kind of place that he found in people's
Yes.
everyone's heart.
Sure. So,
About if we talk about business, I think he and something that I've taken that I'm glad that I've taken back from him is he had a very personal touch. He always maintained a very personal connect with all his customers. So if there was a catering order, he used to personally take it himself and not give it to the manager or anyone else. And I've imbibed that quality in me, and I really like doing that. I mean, in terms of operations, I leave it to the staff. In terms of logistics, I leave it to the staff. But the first connect that I need to have with the customer, I do it myself. I talk to the customer, and I've seen that that helps you grow in the business because the customer feels very comfortable that you're talking to the owner of the restaurant and he will take care of everything. So that's how he was. That's one of the best qualities I've taken from him. He never let go of a customer who was sitting at the restaurant having dinner or lunch. He always walked up to them and asked them how their experience was. He didn't leave it to the waiters. He didn't leave it to the managers. And I personally do that as well, and I like it. I mean, so yes, there's just one of many great qualities that he had. Uh,
of course.
yes,
So obviously, honesty, working hard, and touching and giving that customer service is something that you've taken
yes,
a lot from him. Obviously, we're also celebrating like Father's Day,
yes, yes.
and what message do you have for, say, sons, to like what would you want to tell them, like make the best use of your time with your parents because it's so
100%,
precious.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen in today's date what's happening around the world with everything is every day you open the on you put on the news and there's something drastic happening every day. So it's very important that you value your time with your parents, with your family, and just give them happiness. As much as you can. Whatever time I had with my dad, we used to meet on occasions, one on one. We used to go on a date, me and my dad.
That's so
So
sweet.
yes, 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 we've had
Yeah, okay.
many such occasions. At least twice or thrice a week. I used to take him out for like 2 3 hours, and we used to go grab a drink or something.
Right. What would
Uh,
he tell you? What were some things that he, shared with you?
we used to see. I mean, our entire family is very close connected, right? It's we are very emotional. uh, I've seldom hugged any one of my family members. We don't do that because we get very emotional. So personal talks, he always wanted me married. Obviously he wanted to have a grandchild,
Yeah.
so that would come in the middle somewhere, that what, why don't you just get married, but otherwise we used to talk a lot about work,
Okay.
and we used to enjoy talking about that, or we used to talk about cricket, or something, but
Were there any values that he taught you? Were there things that he
yes,
told?
yes, yes,
Right.
all along the way,
Right.
if I was talking to the customer, and and he overheard me and he said, what, Rimpi, maybe next time don't say that. He so there was always inputs coming from him.
Right.
Uh, you know,
Right.
uh,
That's so nice. I mean, he guided you in every step
he
of the way.
guided me. He was like a shadow. In the initial years, so I had a good job. I was making decent money.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you
and
you
and
led a corporate life.
I led a proper corporate life. All my
Okay.
suits are lying in the cupboard still.
Right.
Yeah, so I used to work in the IFC.
Okay.
Uh, I was working for the press, for Xavier. I don't know if you know Xavier, the company.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yes.
was working for them. So I had a good job. My weekly offs were there, 2 days off. So, but seeing him work that way, it created a lot of passion in me. I mean, it was a rush of blood that I want to do something on my own. I don't want to join the family business. And those thoughts, those ideas kept building up in me since I was maybe 10, 12. I had made up my mind. So then I approached him and I told him, Dad, I want to open my own restaurant. And he's like, don't do that. It's not easy. You're having a good job, you're having a good pay. Just be happy with that. It's not easy. You will struggle. So he was very against it. He didn't want to see me, go the same path that he went through.
Okay.
So I'm like, no, but because the money that I was taking back home and I was earning for someone else, it wasn't giving me any satisfaction. It came to a point where I'm like, I don't want this money. I mean, it's not really giving me any happiness, and I want to do something on my own. So there was a bit of a tiff, between me and my dad. It went for a while. I decided to put his face on the logo. If you see the Patiala House logo, it has his face.
Right.
And obviously we have a family business, so it would clash. you know so
Okay.
he was also pretty tensed, but eventually he accepted it.
Right.
I opened the restaurant. I struggled. Yes, I struggled a lot. I have struggled at least for 2 3 years. 3 years, good 3 years.
Wow.
It's not easy, because you have to learn everything yourself. And I tried not to put a lot of burden on him because obviously it was my responsibility. But he was there always. He was there to guide me. Every time I needed something, he was there, and used to make sure, he used to keep calling the restaurant himself if I wasn't there, till the very last day. कि सेल कितनी हुई, कस्टमर कितने हैं, तो क्यों आज सेल कम हुई, so all,
Oh
like
my
at
God.
least 5 calls a day,
How
without me
sweet.
knowing, so my staff used to tell me. So he did a lot of things, not letting the other person know, and not just for me. I think it's a lot for a lot of. He was very secretive, by the way, very secretive. He didn't let a lot out. So that's how, even till the end, I didn't know what he was feeling. He never let it out till the very last day.
Okay.
Um Obviously, he was on a ventilator for at least 7 days.
Okay.
But it was very difficult to find out what he actually felt. And I mean, we've had those personal conversations. Me trying to dig into his mind. Why don't you open up? And he would just not open up. And like I said, not just with me, with anyone. I think he opened up the most with me, in the entire family, because see, he was my best friend. He even if I didn't meet him a day, I used to talk to him at least 15 times a day. We used to keep calling each other. I used to call him Malik.
Oh,
So yeah,
how sweet.
yeah.
I
Uh,
know. I think you can be reassured that he's there still watching you and giving you all his love and blessings. That's what I think parents do. Some are quiet, they don't express their love for their kids, and some others they do. And honestly, that kind of care that he's shown you is so nice. I mean, without actually hand holding you, he was there by your side, making sure things were okay, things were falling in place, and like, did he say that he was so proud of you, and did he
yes.
express those kind of things?
So obviously, it took me a while. Uh, See, encouragement is something that you need from your parents.
Yeah.
He, not at any point in time, if the business is open now, it's open now, it's your struggle. He always kept motivating me. Hoega, time lagega, time lagega. And it came to a point that, uh, I did. I started doing pretty well for myself. The
Yeah.
the name was out there in the public. Now customers started coming to him at the restaurant कि आपके बेटे के restaurant में गए थे, या
Yeah.
आपके बेटे का खाना खाया, आपके बेटे की catering कराई हमने, and that kept growing. And he
Right.
he he started feeling very proud. He's like, and he told me a lot of times, uh, रिम्पी, जो मैंने इतना नहीं किया जितना तूने मेरे आगे कर दिया. I mean, him saying that, it doesn't really mean I've done more than him. But he kept saying that. He kept saying that. तू तू तो मेरे से भी आगे निकल
Sure.
गया. तू तो मेरे से भी आगे निकल गया. So that's all he used to say. But honestly, I can
Yeah.
only look up to him
Yeah.
always, but I can never be like him. It was there's only one puppy Singh. He's
Of course.
uh,
Yeah. That is.
so yes, he was very yeah, he was very proud of me. He
Yeah.
was very. I mean, for me, it gave me utmost satisfaction
Yeah.
uh, when I did not. I've never wanted a name for myself. I wanted a name for my business, because eventually it's all around my father, you know, so that because like I said, it was a challenge for me opening up my own restaurant,
Yeah.
and for him, he didn't like that. And the day when he became proud that what,
Yeah.
he made the right call and he opened his own restaurant and he had his own name, so it all revolves around him.
Yeah.
If any good comments come by, or if there is appreciation of my food or service, and he comes to know about it, for me that's the utmost satisfaction.
Yeah.
Utmost satisfaction. I used to
Sure.
call me, he used to call me and tell me that, Rimpy,
Right.
ये आए थे, तेरे खाने के बारे में बात कर रहे थे यार, बहुत पसंद आया उनको, मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा यार सुन के. So
Right.
yeah, yeah.
So would he also sit with your chefs and
Yes,
discuss
yeah.
menu and
So he used to make surprise visits. So what he used to do, every Friday he used to go to the restaurant
right.
and used to order aloo paratha, chas, and used to have tea. So I had to guide them not to give him butter and all of that. But
Okay.
I used to tell my staff strictly,
Yeah.
because obviously he's very soft. I'm soft from the inside, but I try to be very strict as well with my staff.
Yeah.
And usually they listen to me.
Yeah.
But at this point, they stop listening to me because he puts everyone in his pocket. Once he
Right.
meets you, you're in his pocket. So he had that relationship with the staff. The staff used to hide from me, and I used to catch him. So I used to catch him and go into the restaurant. There's butter kept there, and a big that big brick of butter. I'm looking at the staff. I'm like, I told you not to give him butter.
Yeah.
He's like,
How sweet.
हम मालिक को कैसे ना बड़े
Oh.
सर को कैसे ना बोल सकते हैं.
How sweet.
So
Yeah.
he had his spot where he used to sit.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That must not be easy.
And then he used to taste the food in the kitchen. Uh, But even his way of, by the way, he seldom got angry. Or he used to frown. He was always smiling. So it takes a lot to make him angry. Like it would
Okay.
take a lot to make him angry. So that's one quality that I try to take from him. I've still
Okay.
not succeeded in that.
Oh.
Because at times I lose my temper. But him, it was very 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 difficult to make him angry.
Wow.
तो कोई बात
Wow.
होती भी थी, चलो ये खाने में ऊपर नीचे है. He used to taste the food and just tell them, used to बड़े प्यार से, in a very nice way, he used to tell the
That's not
staff.
easy to do at all.
And if that mistake keeps repeating, the kind of patience and the kind of composure that he has, it was unmatched. So
Right. And he was the same at home as well, like
very patient.
very patient and yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, very patient, very composed all the time.
How
He,
amazing.
he fell sick a few times, and
Yeah.
and the confidence that he had in him, that मुझे कुछ नहीं होएगा. And he used to get up. I mean, during COVID, I still remember during COVID,
Yeah.
and he was 60 plus
Right.
at that point in time, and elderly people had the most risk of
Yeah. Of
of
that.
life. In
Yeah.
fact, it was pretty life threatening, the second wave which come in.
Yeah.
So he decided to sit home. I mean, he had to sit home. I mean, we forced him.
Yeah.
He had a heart attack in April.
Okay.
He had a heart attack in April.
That was his first.
That was his. That was the first heart attack he had.
Yeah.
And I think he was sitting at home for 4 days, 3 days. That's it.
Yeah.
And he said, I really need to go to work because I have some important pending work to be handled. He went to work. It was very difficult to stop him. He went. So his passion for work and his, taking
Absolutely.
responsibility. If he's taken responsibility for something, that he needs to get that done. That's him.
Right.
And on time. He
Of
won't
course.
he won't waste time. So again, if you ask me, these are one of the many qualities that I've learned from him.
Right.
Um,
There's no compromise when it comes to work and fulfilling your work, your duty towards
yes,
your work. Yeah,
yes. He was very
absolutely.
committed,
All right.
extremely committed
Okay.
till the last till the last moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as we conclude this, episode, any final thoughts, any final message that you want to give to your dad, perhaps listening from heaven, and to all the dads out there? Any
Uh,
final message that you would like to give?
I think if uh, it's very important to motivate your children in doing whatever they want to do in life, uh, and not stopping them, from doing what they desire, what they wish. Um, and I miss my dad a lot, so it's very very difficult to live without him.
Of course.
I just try finding ways to keep myself busy
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
one way or the other.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
uh, it's very difficult.
Sure.
Every
Sure.
passing day is very difficult.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. And on that very touching note, we wrap up this episode. What a beautiful story we heard from Rimpi about his father. We all know Papi Singh ji and the life that he exuded. In fact, he lived a life full of love. He had so much of love to share, and there's not one soul who met him can say anything otherwise, because he was so full of life and so full of love. And we are dedicating this episode to him. We come to an end on this episode, but we are coming back again with Rimpi, who's going to continue to talk about the legacy left behind by Papi Singh ji, and we're also going to talk about his restaurant, Patiala restaurant, and how it came about, and how he worked hard, like his dad, to make a success out of it. For now, it's a wrap from me, Anjana Kumar. It's a sign off. Thank you so much for watching, and come back.